I didn't know how to express myself. Yeah. I didn't know how to tell my dad until a lot later that...
It's the same for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For you too?
Yeah, all for me.
For me, it started because my father is sick. It started a few years ago when I was scared of losing him. I told him that I want you to know that I'm proud of you. And then he started crying. We have never had that conversation before. I never talked to my father about feelings, nothing about it.
How did you bring it up?
Because I was scared to lose him, and I was like, I really want to tell him that I'm proud of him because he has been handicapped his whole life. So I think that I just wanted to tell him before he died that I really love him. I really appreciate everything he has done to me.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Peter, and we're guys that listen. Today's a very special episode without Mario. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it to Copenhagen, but I'm here with my two handsome, tall, dark cousins out here in Denmark. We got Linh and we got Nam. Introduce yourself, guys.
My name is Stefan Linh and Nam. My family and friends, closest friends, call me Linh. I'm 28 years old. I'm working in a Danish company brand, clothes. Leader, and I'm a shop manager for one of our stores in Copenhagen.
Always go to Linh if you want to get laced up, though. He takes care of us every time we come out of here, for sure.
Every time.
And how about you now?
Yeah, I'm Nam. I'm 29. I'm a commercial lawyer. Live here in Copenhagen.
That's crazy because I met Linh last year for the first time. And I met you this year for the first time. But honestly, every time we hang out, it feels like we've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's one main difference, is that you guys were born in Denmark.
Yeah.
How was it like growing up here? I mean, now that I barely get to know you guys, what was it like growing up Asian, but in Denmark?
I think it was very easy to grow up here in Denmark, especially because we got each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually lived at the same place, and we're always together.
And you guys are all around the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest part of it all.
Me and Nam has been follow each other from from
day one.
Day one.
Yeah.
Same high school and Nam has kind of a big brother for me and the person who I look up to.
It's because he's taller too, though.
Yeah, exactly. and Nam is the guy who was being there for me.
I think that we have always been for each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you guys ever get into arguments when you guys were younger?
I actually don't think so. Never.
Wow.
Yeah.
We are playing tennis together, so maybe arguments with each other on the court, but
not on personal things and terms.
No. Okay, that's awesome.
We understand each other, so
you guys are cousins, so you guys are not even brothers, but you guys have a brotherly relationship.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. So you guys went to the same high school?
Yeah.
So did you guys have the same friend groups?
Yeah. That is the funniest part of it all.
Yeah.
That we know each other so well and all our friends know each other.
And also because we come from a little town in Denmark, so we know everybody.
What was the town called?
Haslev.
Haslev.
Yeah. Okay, you guys both live in Haslev.
Yeah. We grew up in Haslev. I think 10 minutes from each other. And we were together all the time.
So you guys were in the countryside for a while.
Yeah.
When did you guys start going into the city?
I think that I moved into the city in 2009 when my mom moved to another town, Køge. I started on business college, and then the year after, Linh started
at the same college.
Oh, really?
At the same
at the same school.
At the same school, yeah.
Dang.
It was just a class under me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys graduated a year after each other?
Yeah.
And I studied international business, and he took the same line as me.
Line. Yeah.
What the heck? You guys literally follow each other for everything.
100%.
Did you guys... Because now you guys are doing two different things.
Yeah.
You're basically in fashion, and you're in commercial law. At what point did you guys stop following each other? Because obviously you're doing something different now.
At that point, after the college, I was figuring out what I'm gonna do in the future. I searching into what it calls teaching, how to be a teacher for a school. I'm working for a school with little kids, and then later I figured out this was not that kind of job I have to looking for in the future. So yeah, and then I take into the retail. And now I'm working in this company leader in
So you took a little bit of detour. But
Yeah.
What about for you, Nam? Were you always going to go the commercial law route?
No, I figured out very late after high school. I took a year off with my girlfriend, and we went traveling the world for 2 to 3 months. And then afterwards,
2 to 3 months.
Yeah. First we went to Dubai, and then Singapore, and then we went to
Damn,
China.
all the rich areas.
And then Singapore and Australia, Fiji, and then back again. And then I worked for almost a year, and then I got into law school, Copenhagen Business School, and I've got my law degree, master degree 3 years ago. Yeah, and since then I have worked with commercial law.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So right now I'm actually the head of the cable damage.
Cable damage.
Yeah.
Can you explain
Yeah.
what that is?
When we have a big project and we have some entrepreneurs that are working and they damage the infrastructure, the cables, then I'm the head of to bring the claims and get the money.
Wow, that's very specific.
Yeah.
I never knew there was like a specific
Yeah.
department for that.
Yeah.
But I know that you guys talked about going to college. Going college out here is very different than the States, right?
Yeah.
Like in the States,
it's 3 years.
can you explain like how it's different?
Are you gonna have to pay for your own money to go to the college or?
Yeah. So for us, it's either you get financial aid, you get some kind of scholarships.
Yeah. It's not like that in Denmark.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does it work for you guys?
You search into for that kind of college you want to go in,
Yeah.
and then you get a mail that they accepted you. So yeah, you have to have what it calls
Like good grades and stuff?
grades. Yeah, exactly. Then you could come into this kind of college.
How do you pay for it? So you get accepted and then...
The state is actually paying for it, and we also get money for going to school here
Going
in
to
Denmark.
school, yeah.
Wait, can you explain that? Like the state pays for everything?
Yeah.
Like the whole tuition?
Yeah.
And then you get money on
You
top
also get money
You
on
get
top
money
of that.
to study.
to study,
To study.
to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get the books for free, and then we also
You get free books.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to steal my free books. That's the only way I got my books for
Yeah.
free.
it's crazy.
But I also think it's because the taxes in Denmark is pretty high,
Yeah.
so the state is paying a lot
Yeah.
for us.
Can you explain how high the taxes are in Denmark? Because I heard it's really high.
I think it's around 36 here
Okay.
in Copenhagen.
Starting.
Yeah.
And then you make more money the more taxes you pay.
Yeah. If you make like over 100K a year, then you're gonna pay another tax slip. Yeah. So you're going to pay like 10% more of the amount that you are earning over 100K.
Got it. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
But then that covers your schooling. You said that they pay you. How much do they pay you to go to school? Does that matter what school you go to, or they just
No,
pay you?
No.
this is always the same
The
level.
same, yeah.
I think it's around 6,000 Danish crowns.
But it commands if you live with your parents,
Yeah.
it's maybe gonna being a little bit
Lower.
lower because you live in the same house with your parents, and your parents also earning money, so they'll look and compare with your parents' money.
So if you got your own place,
Yeah.
then you'll get more money.
Yeah,
Or if you stay
exactly.
at
Oh.
home, then you get
Yeah.
less money.
So they kind of pay for you to live on your own too. Then,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
that's crazy. So did you guys move out when you guys started college, or did you guys still live at home?
I'm a little still at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me,
You still-
me also. Yeah.
Damn, I would have moved the hell out. Get me out of here. If you're paying me to leave, hell yeah, I would have already left. That's crazy because
Yeah.
during that time, it's your college years. I'm not sure how it was for you out here. Like in America, your college years, the years that you kind of want to move out, be on your own, right? Experience new things, like meet new people, and you just kind of want to be in your own world. So everyone typically moves out, whether they move out to a apartment or a house or like a dormitory. Like most people tend to move out unless they go to school close by.
Yeah.
Right. But then also this area everything's still pretty close, right? Like
Yeah.
your college, how far was it from home?
I,
In the
I, I
city
lived
with-
I lived in
yeah.
Køge
Oh,
because
okay.
my mom moved there, and I think it was like 10 minutes from our home. And when I moved to the city here in Copenhagen, the Copenhagen Business School was also 5 minutes on bike from
wow.
my place.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I know that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Lynn too, but I know that you say you traveled with your girlfriend
Yeah.
right outside high school, and I know that you and your girlfriend's been together since high school,
Yeah.
right? 17.
Yeah. We were both 17 when we met each other,
Oh shit.
and have been
crazy.
together since.
Yeah. Now.
Now we got married 2 weeks ago, and we have a boy on our way. So that's crazy. We're gonna be parents in
crazy.
3 months.
That is crazy.
And it's crazy to think about that Nam and I was a little kid, and now we're here. The time is like
The funny
flying.
thing
Yeah.
is, me and Lynn, when we were smaller, we have always talked about, yeah, man, let's move to the city. Let's get out of Haslev. We don't want to be stuck in here.
Yeah.
You know, dream bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have some ambitions about our life.
Yeah.
Because our parents always told us when we were younger, please do your things here. Now you live in Denmark, you have the opportunity to have a good life.
My parents always told me, if you, it's not command that you have a good job, but if you are happy, you can pay your bills, you can work, and you're glad for your life, it's all good. And of course, if you can pay for the food, of course. So the parents learn and tell us that if we are lucky and happy, it's all gonna be fine.
My
So,
parents
I love
was
that.
always pushing me, school first, school first, school first. Use your brain.
Really?
Yeah.
Your parents like typical Asian parents.
Exactly.
And then they got the typical lawyer son, right? That's crazy because obviously you guys split up in different ways, right? Now you're in fashion, you're in law, you're married, and you're about to have a kid.
I'm not
And
married yet,
yeah,
but
he hasn't
and
followed that
we're the
footsteps
same
yet.
age.
And you guys are the same age. He hasn't followed that footsteps yet.
Yeah.
So since you had a girlfriend since you're 17, that means obviously your college years probably a little bit more tame, right? How was Lynn in college?
what I was,
Were you tame or were you?
No, he was.
I was. I have a couple of the times where I've struggled with the college, but I fight through the time
Oh,
in
okay.
college. So it's like for me, I will, because we also pay for that kind of. We go to college and we have to pay because you travel, first year, second year, and third year, you can travel with the school.
Oh, okay.
It was because our line was the international business studies.
yeah.
So we got into a trip every year,
Every
and
year.
we have to pay for that by
Yeah.
ourselves.
Oh, okay. Out of
Yeah.
pocket.
So my parents pay. I'm lucky for that because I don't have any money.
Yeah.
I only got money like for the school, but it was not enough to pay for the trip. So yeah, my parents was helped to get through it and pay. I'm appreciate that
Yeah.
100%. That my parents will help with that. So I have to finish this college because if I not finish the college, yeah, it's just gonna lose the money and the trip.
Waste
so,
their time, right?
Yeah. So
So I mean, that's the struggles of you have to pay for things. I was more curious about what your college years was like socially. Like, did you guys go out a lot?
Oh,
Were you guys
a
very
lot.
chill?
It was
Did you guys,
so
were you guys
nice.
studious and you guys stayed home, stayed all the time?
I think that we were out every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, what was the schedule like?
From 8 to 2 is in school, right?
Mhm.
So from Monday to Friday, from 8 to 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that was it.
and here in Denmark, we also have we call it in Danish, fredagsbar. It's like a Friday bar
Yeah.
in the canteen, where if you're done with school, you can go to the canteen and drink some beers. And
We have that every Friday.
Oh, every
Yeah,
Friday.
Every Friday.
Basically. Wait, so I know I asked about your college years, but the legal drinking age here is 16?
yeah,
Yeah.
16.
Right? So were you guys like that before? Because 16 is not college. 16 is high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you guys already drinking when you guys 16 or only
yeah,
Earlier.
early.
I think that
damn.
we actually started experimenting with all the drinking when we were around 13,
Yeah.
13, something like that. And we couldn't buy it, so we
Have to ask the older people to
Yeah,
to
to
get
buy
the
some
beers.
stuff for
Really?
us.
We know a place in Haslev, a man who sell it, like I think illegal in. Can you know the man? You know, yeah, close to our school.
Well, he sells it to little kids.
Sells, yeah. So
Yeah.
he going with the car to Germany to buy a lot of beers and
Yeah, then
summer
we
beer.
couldn't buy it from him afterwards.
Really?
Like 100 Danish crown for
20 beers.
20 beers, yeah.
So you guys are getting drunk as like 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
This guy was illegally selling you guys beers. That's crazy because to me, I always hear about it. You guys drink when you guys are younger. 16 is the legal drinking age. But for some reason, whenever I come out here or in Europe in general, or especially when I hang out with you guys, it feels like you guys are so much more mature about your drinking. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it seems
I
like...
think it's because we started earlier and we, got the blackouts early, so
Yeah.
we learned.
You got out of your system.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense though, because I'm 36 and I'm still not getting out of my system. I'm old as bricks, But that's crazy because it just feels like to me you guys get the experience a lot earlier, but you guys understand it a lot earlier because they allow you to do it.
Yeah.
I think in America, because the legal drinking age is 21, that when as kids, especially when they tell you not to do something, it's
You
more
want it
likely
more.
you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know? So because we're doing it when we're young, but we're not allowed to, we don't have people telling us how to do it responsibly. You know, like we just go out and we drink and then we black out and it just gets like crazy, right? And it's always been like that, and it becomes a habit because you learn it so young, right? But now that you guys are like older, you guys seem like more chill. Like the other night, we went to get beer, and Nam was like, "Oh, just one or two beers." He went over to Lemon and May had 3. That wasn't even that big of a deal. Like it was still really chill.
Yeah.
You guys also it seems like to me you guys like to take your time.
Yeah.
Like I always hear it, especially when I talk to Pam. She's like, "Oh, everything closes at 4 or 5. We're gonna drink early, have dinner, have a couple of beers, and then cycle off to the very end of the night."
Yeah.
For us in America, it's like we want to end the night as fast as we can. It's like we're gonna start and then we're 10 shots deep an hour later and then we're done.
Yeah, we are much more chill about the drinking.
Yeah, exactly. Because you want to have more like a lot of time with the people around you.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes you say to yourself, only one beer. It's not gonna end it like that. You're coming home late at night, 3 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning. So
Last year, remember?
it's crazy.
Lynn's like only one beer. The beer is See that last year was kind of like the American version of what we do, That last year to hear that Lynn went home in a taxi and he like threw up outside the car, I was like, wow, that sounds very American.
Oh shit, man.
I was like, wow. It didn't seem like that before. It seemed like very chill. But then I see the culture difference, between the two.
Yeah.
And now I see how it affects you guys now that you guys are older, But enough about the whole drinking thing. Being that you guys started getting more mature very early on. Obviously, you've been in a relationship for almost 10 years, right? So were you dating a lot prior, or was that your first girlfriend and that was like...
No, I think that I have 2 girlfriends before.
Okay.
Before Sandra.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Were they long too, or just like...
No, not at all. It was not like kid shit.
Yeah. And then Sandra, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I felt it from day one.
From day one?
Yeah.
How did it happen?
My father was traveling to Vietnam back in 2010, and afterwards I got back to our cousin's sushi restaurant and I got a doggy bag with me. Isn't it a doggy bag? The rest of the sushi I got it home with me. Then I met my friend in the train and I was asking him, do you want the sushi? And he was like, no. And he was with Sandra. They I think that they are in the same class, something like that. And I didn't know her. Then I was like, do you want it? And she was like, yes. And then I gave her the sushi. And then I think that we met each other 2 times afterwards. And then we became friends on Facebook. And I remember one specific episode on my birthday. She wrote me a so sweet birthday letter. And
on Facebook?
On Facebook. And I actually didn't know her at all.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then I was like, you owe me some sushi? And she was like, okay, we can do it. And then afterwards, we were just together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Smooth. So she made the first move, huh?
Yeah, actually.
Don't let her watch this. Okay, so now that we know how Nam got with his current girl, what's your story, Lynn?
What's my story?
Actually, let's go back. What was your story before her, now that she's married?
The people who knows me knows the history of my life. Nam is one of them, and of course Kan knows what I have been through. I was I was a guy who liked to party. I have friends who likes to drink and party, and yeah, we go out a lot. I think, yeah, it was a crazy time, but you was young, and and of course, you do some things, and we are not what can I say, the best kid in the world. But you have to try something out before you know who you really are, like when you get older. But yeah.
You were not that bad.
I was not that bad.
Not that bad at all. You got the nickname Pretty Boy.
We was, but of course I looking up to Nam. He was, like I told before, like that we was like supplement each other very well in a good way.
Yes, they're a duo.
Yeah, kind of.
Making duo.
Kind of, and we have.
So I mean, you did all that. You were somewhat of the bad kid or whatever, right? But then now you're.
It was it calls folkeskolen at high school, before college.
Before college.
Before college.
Oh.
And then I go to college. Yeah, exactly. And then we go to college, and then yeah.
And then you became more chill.
Kind of.
I actually think that you got more chill after you met Sarah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you were a party boy before you met Sarah.
And now I can tell the truth because I have other girlfriends before Sarah. The funny part
11,
is
right?
No, not 11. Not 11. If you take half of 11, so many girlfriends I have.
Well, yeah, 5.5.
I have official 4 girlfriend, but the time with each girlfriend I have exists for maybe. You meet some girl, it's on and off, you know, you have to figure it out, is this the right person for you? But yeah, I meet Sarah for a long time ago, so I know her.
Yeah, before you became boyfriend, girlfriend.
Exactly, I have been there.
History, you have a past.
You know,
wait, were you guys just friends?
I meet Sarah in the town or party or a club.
So just partying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for me, it was just like not 100% like looking for a relationship when I go out. So for me, it was just for fun.
So how did you end up in a relationship with her?
Yeah, it was Corona time. I think in the 2019. So yeah, we all were closed in Denmark. Like all over the world, it was closed. Also in Denmark. So I think we have like we open in the club again after the Corona, and then I meet Sarah in the club, like a famous club in Denmark, in Copenhagen. And then I saw Sarah, and I think, oh wow, it's been a while. And I go up to her, and she looking pretty.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
He took the first
so
move.
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Officially.
You made the first
Yeah,
move, huh?
officially. He did.
yeah.
What'd you do? Do you remember?
We was in the club, and then the club is closed, and then we walk to the central train station, sitting on a bench.
Bench?
Yeah.
Bench. And yeah, of course, I was drunk, and I say, "Do you want to go home with me?" And she says, "No, of course," because I think she saw something else. That's okay. I have a champagne bottle taken from the club in my bag, and the last train is coming, so I was going home, and I think it takes one week or 2 weeks later, and then I text her and do we want to get a coffee? And she wrote to me, yes, we can do that. And then Corona coming and all were closed, and then we was hanging out every day since to like now.
So you're one of those Corona relationships. Because, you know, during Corona, it was either people became closer as a couple or in relationships because you're forced to see each other all the time or people broke up, right? Yeah. And that's when it happened for you guys. It was like during COVID.
Yeah.
So how did you know how you asked her to go home with you and she said no?
She said no.
Do you feel like that made it like you wanted her more?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
The chase.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because-
you texted her back after.
Hey, let me just say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not many girls has said no to Lynn before.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
No, brother, you're so sweet. Of course, yeah, of course. But like, I'm have nothing to lose,
Yeah.
so I will asking her if she wants to go home with me. But of course, I accept that she says no. So yeah, it what it is.
And now you guys are what, in a 2-3 year relationship?
3.5 years now.
3.5
Yeah,
years now.
yeah.
Wow.
So she's the only one I have to. She's taking care of me, and we understand each other. We can making jokes with each other, and yeah.
I want to ask the both of you guys, since I've met you guys, you guys seem like you guys are very happy in your long committed relationship. You've been in it for a really long time, so
Yeah.
you couldn't even experience a lot, right? So, but you knew since day one. Like, how did you know with Sarah that it was different? Because you said before you only had 1 year relationships, but now this one's going on 3.5.
This is the longest relationship I have.
So
with-
what's different?
she understand the culture of the family and respected me who I am, and she gave me a good kind of love, and I feel safe in her arms. You know, if I have like problems, I can go to Nam, I can go to Khan, but I can also go to you. But because I know them a lot, so yeah, Sarah for me is like is
Your safe space.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
And maybe the same like Nam and Sandra.
Yeah.
You find a person who respected you and love you. So yeah.
Is that how you
Yeah.
feel too?
Yeah, she is my soulmate, if you can say it that
Oh, wow.
way. Yeah, actually since day one, you know, the chemistry was like special.
Yeah, because you guys started dating when you were young. That's
Yeah.
like, because I had a 10-year relationship too. I was dating her since I was 17, 18, until I was 27. We
Yeah.
broke up 10 years after. So, around your age, that's when we
Yeah.
broke up. Obviously,
I
you
think
guys got
I
married.
think the cool part with me and Sandra is that we grow up together.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you know, from in that age, you want to have a lot of fun with all your friends and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, no, I want to spend my time with her. Yeah.
So you knew early on that's what you
Yeah.
wanted to do.
Yeah.
So at what point did you know that you want to marry her?
We talked about kids and marriage early in our relationship, and we have the same ambitions with life, and I think it was fast and easy for me to make the decision.
But then you guys got married like after 10 years though.
Yeah.
So you guys already knew
Yeah.
that you want to marry. You
Yeah.
just didn't do it for so long.
No.
How come you waited so long?
We needed to finish the university first, and to get a job and all that kind of stuff, because I think that we need to be more mature to take that big step.
Yeah.
Financially.
No, that's great, because I feel like the way you explained your relationship when you say like she's your soulmate, you knew since day one.
Yeah.
Usually couples like that
Yeah.
get married right away.
Yeah.
Usually they have kids right away. But you guys actually thought it all the way through.
Yeah.
Decided, hey, let's be responsible
Yeah.
financially. Let's
Yeah.
achieve some goals.
Yeah.
Let's live our lives first
Yeah.
before we commit to marriage and having a family.
Exactly.
Wow. But then, so you're basically saying at this point right now you feel like you accomplished a lot of that.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's why you got married this year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you feel the same? Do you feel like you're waiting for something like that too? I'm not to put you on the
Yeah.
spotlight. She's not here, so.
No. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah?
Like Nam said,
I actually told Sandra that I wanted to have kids when I was 24, and one of my biggest dreams was like be a dad before I turned 30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she knows for a while that okay, he wants to be a dad, and she was also okay. I also want to be a mom, but let's just achieve our goals first
Yeah.
and have a good financial statement before. Yeah.
Oh, so she's the one who grounded you to do that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That works out really well. That means you found your partner.
Yeah.
Not just someone you're dating, but your partner.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It sounds like to me, I don't know what dating is like here. Obviously, I'm not from Denmark, but it seems a lot more calm to me.
Yeah.
It seems like nothing really super crazy kind of happens out here. As far as dating goes, you've dated three people, right? So then you have your longest relationship.
Yeah.
So she's all you know,
Yeah.
as far as like a
Exactly.
long dedicated relationship. But it sounds like you got it good since the beginning. You've only dated her for what, since 3.5 years? So prior, how was your experience with dating?
Before I meet Sarah,
Yeah.
yeah, dating was probably when you are going out for a club or the dating app, Tinder, you know. Maybe now there is like 100 dating apps. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a different time. But for me it was go to the club, meet a girl, or Tinder.
It sounds like it wasn't easy, right? I mean, because everything was short
Yeah.
prior to
Yeah.
Sarah, right? Now all of a sudden you have like longevity, you have a longer term relationship, someone that you found is your safe space.
Yeah.
Because let me at least explain my end in like America, and not just my own personal experience. My own personal experience is I've only dated long term relationships. My relationships are like 10 years, 4 years a year, but also it's very, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's very like, for lack of a better word, very fiery. Like all the relationships, there's so much like passion and sometimes like toxic
Yeah.
like parts of the relationship that a lot of bad things happen. Like for me, I feel like I'm very calm now, but I used to be crazy. I used to, when I would date people, I would used to act like insane sometimes. You know, I remember, you know, opening car doors like while driving, stuff like that. Really stupid stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like that kind of drama happens a lot in the States, and out here it just seems like way more tame. Like those
Yeah.
things don't really happen.
No,
not at all.
No. You can be.
I can only speak for myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think that I hear that kind
No.
of crazy stories here in Denmark,
No.
actually.
If you're dating, it's like the same at movie or US, like you said before.
Yeah.
Open doors. I don't know, give a rose, flowers. You can do that, but here in Denmark, there's a lot of you going out, meet each other in the club, on the floor. You can also text her, DM in Instagram.
Yeah.
Can we go out, get one beer or wine, and if you like have a what it calls chemistry or what it calls, you know what I mean? You take it from there, and then see what happens.
Yeah.
It's like kind of dating in Denmark.
That's so crazy. It sounds so safe,
have-
which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in the States you usually meet a lot of crazy people. Like in general, you used here. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of ABGs.
No.
No.
Okay, so in the States, especially where I live, there's a lot of what they call ABGs. It's an abbreviation for Asian baby girls.
Okay.
Yeah. So in OC, there's a bunch. I think there's some in like San Jose. Now that it's everywhere. But it used to be, at least, you know, back in the day for me, the Asian baby girls were the Asian girls who would hang out with gangsters and stuff like that.
Okay.
They would hang out with gangsters and then they would help them do anything, you know, sell drugs or, you know, just like find a place to drink or do just, you know, crazy shit as kids.
Yeah.
But eventually that Asian baby girl evolved and now there's like a look. So they usually have blonde hair. If you want to go for the whole 9 yards, they have like colored contacts, extended eyelashes, you know, a lot of makeup on, usually very tight clothing.
Yeah.
That's an Asian baby girl.
Okay.
And they're usually affiliated with being very toxic. Because
Okay.
they live a lifestyle where they drink and they party, they hang out with gangsters. You can imagine,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And that's a very popular look where I live.
Okay.
Like a lot of guys like love that. It's
Are there
like-
still Asian baby girls?
there still is, but the Asian baby girls now, it's more of a look than it is a lifestyle.
Okay.
Like back then, it used to be a lifestyle. Now it's a little bit more watered down. Like anyone could dress like an ABG. Like any girl could dress like an ABG, even if she doesn't live like that life. She could be rich and dress like an ABG. You know, so it's more of a look. But there's a lot of those looks out in California. There's a lot of looks where it's like, I don't know, for lack of a better word, it just is very vain. It's very look based. It's like this girl's dressed, you know, like an Asian baby girl, and she fits the criteria of someone who hangs out with gangsters and does whatever. So, you know, like this girl dresses like she goes out and she looks for men with like a lot of money. It's very strange. And out here, it's like everyone looks like very normal. Out there's like all sorts of looks that
I also think that
you
we
can categorize.
have that kind of things in Denmark, actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you have. I think we actually don't have like a Vietnamese community like you guys have back in the States, and I think that also a big difference from us because we all always hanging out with Danish guys.
Yeah.
So we don't have a Vietnamese community just
Exactly.
like you guys have in the States.
Yeah. So that you guys, since you guys grew up with mainly Danish people, and this is just something because in the States it's very different. In the States, for me, everyone knows like what you are. Like I was giving an example. I'm Vietnamese, right? Vietnamese people are gonna see me as Vietnamese. Mexican people are gonna see me as Vietnamese, maybe Chinese too, because they don't know. Same thing with black people or white people.
Vietnamese
in the
States, so you don't feel American.
I don't really. I don't know how to explain what it feels like to be American. I don't think I'm the most patriotic, so I don't feel like I'm the most American person. I think I'm American as far as like that's where I'm from, but not the way I act. But I could feel the separation between the two. Because when you
it's
guys,
funny because I feel more Danish than I feel Vietnamese.
Yeah,
the only
that's
thing
crazy.
is actually the color of my skin, the culture and all that. I'm more a Danish person than a Vietnamese.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah, and I noticed that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier for you guys to live here and be Asian and assimilate into like Danish culture than it is for me back at home.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everyone is an individual, but they want to keep everything separate.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Like if I were to, I think it's starting to change. I think from my age to a little bit younger, it's starting to get a little bit easier. Everyone's a little bit more accepting. But early on, there was a lot of like separation between the ethnicities, right? Even Asian people were separated.
Yeah.
Like if you're Korean, that's like the Korean place to go to. If you're Vietnamese, that's the Vietnamese place to go to. Everything was separated.
Yeah, and we don't have that in Denmark actually.
No.
I haven't noticed.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All the time we have been together, all with our friends. Also our parents, they give us like Danish names. They give me a Danish name and my siblings to include the Danish like school. I don't ask my parents why they give us a Danish name. Maybe because we came from. They have to be good included in the Danish school
Society.
society.
Yeah.
So maybe I will tell them but my parents is straight up. Maybe it's to include our
because we have
kind of Asian people in the Danish society.
I think that our parents was always like they don't want us to feel exclusive from the Danish society. So even though that our parents is Vietnamese, we also got Christmas and dancing around the Christmas tree and got all the Danish tradition into our family very quick.
That's so interesting. Yeah, that's completely different. I mean, there's some similarities. Like when I grew up, my Vietnamese name is Jung, but I changed it to Peter because it's easier for people to say Peter.
Yeah.
A lot of people couldn't pronounce my name growing up, so I switched it to make it easier. And I do notice that happening so that Vietnamese people fit in a little bit easier. I have someone that I knew, he changed his last name to Johnston, just so that he could get rid of his Vietnamese last name. So, and the reason why is it's a lot easier for him to do business.
Yeah.
When people call him and they look at his name, they think he's probably just like a white guy.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're more willing to do business with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it took.
Yeah.
But it sounds like your parents kind of considered that too. Once they gave you.
I think so.
I'm actually glad for that.
Yeah.
That I only have a Vietnamese name.
Yeah. That's why I was like, Vietnamese name, but you also have
a Danish name.
Yeah.
A Danish name, but I react to like Stefan, but I also react to Lin. So everybody who knows me, and I also present myself and say, just call me Lin, because Lin is more like, for me, it's like who I am. Stefan was before me, Sarah,
Yeah. The guy in the past.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Party guy. So now I'm more like.
I'm gonna call you Stefan for now. I mean, now that we're talking about you guys feeling more Danish, obviously I don't think any of that is your fault because your parents raised you out here and didn't really present you any of like the traditions of
that's right.
Vietnamese tradition.
Yeah.
You guys just told me that you guys don't celebrate Chinese New Year's.
No.
That's so crazy because that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, like holidays for like Vietnamese people. Do you guys know what happens during Chinese New Year's?
No. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go into my experience because I'm sure everyone's a little different. But during Chinese New Year's, the tradition is that you're not supposed to clean anything. So you want to clean everything before Chinese New Year's, before midnight, before it hits Chinese New Year's, because it's just like a tradition where it's like you have to be home, make sure everything's already clean. No more cleaning that day on. Usually the Chinese New Year's lasts about 2 or 3 days, I believe. And during that time, all the elders give red envelopes to the youngsters with money. It's called Li Si, right? Okay. And it's just like a good luck charm for everyone, you know, to kind of help out the youth. Like, oh, here's some money for you to do anything, whether you want to spend it on having fun or your education. And then we get together, we party, we drink, we light firecrackers, a lot of firecrackers all day and all night. In Vietnam, it's even crazier. In Vietnam, everything shuts down. So no one works. You're not supposed to work for, I think, a week. I think it's even longer.
Wow.
Right? So it's just literally like a week-long celebration with your family. You eat, you party, you drink. And
that's so
you don't
far
go work.
From what we learned from our parents.
Yeah. That's why it blows my mind that they, in a way, kind of
drove all the
drove away
traditions away.
Yeah, it's almost like they did this to make you guys more Danish, so that you guys would assimilate with Danish community a lot easier.
My mom always told me that.
Oh wow, that's so crazy to me. Because for me, you know, don't get me wrong. Like when I was younger, I wasn't quite proud to be Vietnamese. You know, my parents were really proud though. My dad was like, you know, Vietnamese people are the best. We make the best food. We're the strongest people. You know, we know how to fight, like things like that.
Yeah. It's funny because my mom was always like, now you're born in Denmark, you're gonna be a Danish person. You are actually not a Vietnamese.
Wow, that is so.
We were not taught all the Vietnamese tradition. We were only taught all the Danish traditions. We celebrate, you know, like Christmas in Denmark since we were born. We celebrate the Danish New Year's and Easter.
Wow, that's insane.
It's a big difference from US to here in Denmark.
I can hear there's a big difference on how you grew up.
I think also I think there are a lot of Vietnamese people who go through very similar things like you do. Like, oh, they come out more American. You know, there are, you know, we call those Vietnamese people whitewashed. Right? So like they don't know too much about their culture. If you show them chopstick, they're like, what the fuck is that? You know, like they have no fucking clue. Like, that's how you know they're whitewashed. But, you know, personally, my experience was that they were proud. My parents always wanted me to stay Vietnamese, but American. They wanted me to be Vietnamese American. You know, they didn't want to wipe away that part of me at all. And, you know,
when it's so different.
Yeah, completely different.
Because my parents was always, they always told me that now you're born, raised in Denmark, you're a Danish boy.
That's crazy because in the very end, where you're born, right, and where you're raised, that might be your nationality, but like your bloodline is Vietnamese.
But now that I'm older, I'm actually proud to say that I'm Vietnamese.
I mean, that's beautiful that you could figure that out on your own because your mom, I'm assuming she still feels the same way though. That she wants you just to be Danish. Like, have you talked to her about that?
No.
Wow. That is crazy. What about you, Lin?
Kind of the same way.
Also because at home, they don't speak Khmer, Vietnamese, so they was always like speaking in Danish.
They can speak like Vietnamese, like, can you get a spoon for me to your dad? In Vietnamese, yes, of course.
But our conversation was always in Danish.
But I always reply in Danish. So
if they was asking us for something, they asked us in Khmer, the Cambodian, but we answered back in Danish. It was always like that. So we can't talk Vietnamese or Khmer. We just understand the basic words from home.
Do you guys ever get curious though? You know, because
especially when I'm older now. I want to learn more about the Vietnamese tradition and all that kind of stuff.
Because for me now that I'm older, and have traveled more, I think that every culture has something that you could take away from it
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That will make you a better person.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like I got a lot out of going to Vietnam and understanding who I am and where my culture came from and the beauty of the culture and the food and like how society is. You know what I mean? Obviously there are bad things too.
Yeah.
But I've always been curious, you know, like it's almost like imagine if you grew up not knowing who your mom and dad is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would want to know.
Yeah.
You'd be curious.
Yeah.
Even if you do have like parents who have adopted you,
Yeah.
you'd be curious like who are my real parents? Where does my origins really come from?
Yeah.
Right? But now you're more curious, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way? Are you more
Yeah,
curious?
100%. I think that when we was a little kids, I was not like into history. Me and Nam, now we getting older, we like history, we like space, we
actually like to ask our parents
everything.
about their past
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. But you know, they moved from Vietnam, and I think that they don't. When we were smaller, they don't want to tell us
about
the Vietnamese
after
war,
the war
and all that. I think that they were a little bit traumatized.
Yeah, exactly.
That would make sense
Yeah.
too. They're
But
trying to
now
forget.
you can.
Yeah, we
I
can
can-
ask them.
now we can ask them,
questions, and they will answer.
Yeah.
How was it after the war?
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Vietnam War was like a tough war. It's like a bad war.
Yeah.
So everybody knows, but now you understand more about the history of the time
our parents.
after the war, and then you.
I love to ask them questions
Yeah.
about their
Yeah.
past.
Yeah. I think we should because that allows us to learn from their past,
Exactly.
and then we could build on ours, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
what's that phrase? If you don't learn history, it's bound to repeat itself, right? And it's true because there's a lot of great things about, especially Vietnamese immigrants. Like we're tough as nails. We got very thick skin.
Yeah.
Like my parents came to the United States on a freaking boat. You know what I mean? Through like a fucking storm on a tiny ass fucking boat, and gave birth to me on a beach, and then still took me on a boat. Like that's who leaves their country to do some shit like that.
Yeah.
Only immigrant parents, and that takes a lot. And to not learn about that, because now I think about what my parents go through, and I'm like, oh damn, if they can do it. Like hopefully I can too, because it's tough.
It's funny because when I was younger, I also have a Danish grandma.
What do you mean?
When my father moved to Denmark, a lot of Danish persons took care of him. Just like he has a woman that he calls mother, and when my mom came, she also called her mother, and she was like my grandmother, a Danish person.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's why. So you have a lot of Danish influence growing up then.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, if there's anything I would recommend to you guys is go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Go to
I think
Vietnam.
it's 20 years since I've
It's
been
like
in Vietnam.
A little sad to say that. Yeah, it's a long time ago. I was 5 years old last time I was in Vietnam.
and
now
I
I
was
heard
9.
a lot of friends, and they say to me that Vietnam is not the same like for like 20 years ago.
No.
It's like a big city with buildings, sky buildings, everything, and sky bars, and it's like not the same.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely not the same. It's funny enough that you said last time you were 5.
Yeah.
Actually, I went when I was 5, and I didn't go back until I was 25.
Yeah.
So it took me a long time to go back, So everything had changed a lot.
Yeah.
And by the time I went back when I was 25, I was able to appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Going when you're a kid is different.
Yeah.
When you're a
You
kid,
just
with
follow.
yeah, you just follow. And now it's like anything you're curious about, you could just go out there and figure it out.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah.
I would
mean-
love to one day. Me and Sandra have talked about to take a longer trip to Vietnam from the north to the south and experience the Vietnamese culture. And I would
Exactly.
love that one
should.
day.
Exactly.
You should. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
What about you, Lynn? You could
Yeah.
do it?
Oh, I think about it every day because my grandmother, I haven't seen her for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she
she's
passed
80.
away. She passed away.
No, my father.
Oh,
Father's
okay.
mom.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So she's like 80, and just Sometimes we heard about my father told me that she falling from the stairs and broke her arms. So for me, it's like, oh shit, she 80, she old, but we are in a time that for us, it's like there's always happening something with like, with also now with Pam. So
Yeah.
you have to plan it before you go to Vietnam, and
I
all
think
that
that
kind
we
of
were
stuff.
younger.
Yeah.
We were always talking about, hey, let's keep up together. Let's take a trip together.
Yeah.
All of
Yeah.
youngers to
Yeah.
Vietnam to understand our
Yeah.
culture. Yeah. We talked about that when we were younger.
Yeah.
That we should take a trip together.
Yeah. Now my family, especially my father, his biggest wishes is to go to Vietnam
Oh, wow.
with whole family. So my father told me that he wants to save the money up to go to Vietnam with the whole family. Not for the last time, but to go there with the whole family and meet my grandmother, my father's mother. Yeah. Because she's old now, so if I'm not going there to visit her, maybe, I don't know how many years she has left. So
I mean, you just got to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of in that predicament right now with Pam.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you just never. It sucks that it has to happen like that.
Yeah.
I hate that it's always something bad that has to happen
Yeah.
in order for us to be in a rush to go see our family. I'm honestly just barely learning how to connect with my family.
Yeah.
So that's something about me, right? I grew up kind of like the black sheep of the family. I never showed up to any family events. I was by myself most of the time. So I didn't have cousins. I wasn't with my brothers or sisters. I was by myself most of the time. If it wasn't by myself, I was with friends. Right? And only recently did I learn how to like reconnect with my family and connect with new family. You know, like you guys.
Yeah.
Right? Even Pam. You know, like I've known Pam since she was a kid. She came to the States multiple times when she was younger. And, you know, we reconnected when I came here in 2016, and I had to make a point for me to like stay in touch with her, to talk to her. And it's hard because she's in a different country.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm learning how to do that better, because before I just thought, why don't I just pick my family? Like, why don't I just hang out with friends that I consider family? But I've come to realize that, you know, my people who are related to me by blood, or people who are in my family's like ecosystem, they could easily be great and good people. You know, why do I write them off because we're related? You know, it's weird. Usually people do the opposite, because your family, because your blood, you're more inclusive, right? Already, like you have a connection. For me, I was like, oh, we only have connection if I think you're cool. But then if I don't hang out with you, I'll never know. And now I'm more open to the idea. Like I've reconnected with so many cousins this past year. It's crazy. I have cousins I haven't seen in like 20 years, you know, and now they'll be like, hey, you want to come over to my birthday? I'm like, sure, okay, I'll come. Before I would just be like, no, I'm busy. You know, same thing, you know, Pam comes down, I'm going to make time. You know, you guys come out, I'll make time. And I think that's very important to like, I wouldn't say family is like the most important thing, but to give family a chance.
Exactly.
And that's really, really important. And it's the same thing, is like give your culture a chance, you know, go out there and experience it, because you're going to get crazy perspective when you get out there. Just like how I did. I could tell, because you guys want it already. So
I
when
agree
you guys
with
get
that.
it, you guys
I
will
agree
get
with
it.
that.
I mean, I can't wait for you guys to go, because, you know, I feel like we'll have a lot to talk about once you do. And, you know, again, I don't think you should just go because you're Vietnamese. Vietnam is a beautiful place. No matter who you are. You can be any ethnicity, you can be from any country, you'll enjoy it most of the time.
But the crazy is that I can remember like a lot. I was 5 years old, but I can remember a lot of things. I'm 28 now, so it's crazy that I can remember some good memories. From I was a little kid, 5 years old. I can remember things.
From Vietnam?
Yeah, from Vietnam. Okay. So it's crazy. It's good memories. So it's nice. It's like,
and you guys like Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
Oh, then you guys will have a great time.
This is also a kind of love our parents give us, and the culture, the Vietnamese food. We cannot speak.
But growing up here in Denmark with our Vietnamese parents, it was like we were taught tough love. We were not talking about feelings when we were younger.
That's so funny, because your parents wanted you guys to be more Danish, but that's such a Vietnamese thing. That's extremely Vietnamese to not talk about your feelings. You know, my dad doesn't even know how to say I love you. You know, it's crazy. He does not know how to say I'm sorry at all. Like, that doesn't exist in his vocabulary, you know? Like, he's very good at yelling. He's very good at being sarcastic. But to show his emotions on a more like vulnerable side. He's very, very tough love. Exactly.
Tough love. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's funny that they raised you to be Danish, but they taught you basically under Vietnamese circumstances.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I feel like with a lot of different cultures, like I always hear them say like, "Oh, I love you." You know what I mean? Like you mean the world to me. Like my Filipino friends or my Mexican friends, like family is like really, really important. They say that stuff to each other all the time.
Yeah.
My mom and dad's more like, "Oh, what grade did you get in class?"
Yeah.
You know, they don't even ask me. So this is how disconnected my parents were when I was younger. So you're saying your parents told you get good grades and focus on grades a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't do good in high school. I didn't graduate on time. And my parents didn't even know I didn't graduate on time. Because when you graduate, you walk, right? There's a graduation ceremony and you walk.
Yeah.
They didn't even know when that was because
Yeah.
they were so disconnected from my life that when I failed high school, they didn't even know I failed. They thought I graduated because they didn't know when my graduation was.
Yeah.
So when they asked me, I was like, "Oh yeah, I walked yesterday."
Wow.
Yeah, because they weren't even there for it.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Very, very disconnected.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially, I don't know how it is out here, but Vietnamese families out in California, they care so much about the grind, about making money, getting like a better, prosperous life, but like to the 10th degree, right? Like they'll sacrifice everything for it. My dad was working 16, 18-hour days in construction, right? It's like straight labor for like, I don't know, like 20 years before he got one vacation. You know, like no vacation. 365 days, no matter rain or shine, he was always working. You know, and to him, he was like, "Oh, I just want to give you a better life." You know, because he didn't graduate high school. He came here, not knowing any English, or not here, but to America, and all he knew was how to work. That's all he knew. He could work all day and all night, no problem. But he was able to provide for his family. But also not being able to express anything. Growing up with parents that was not able to express anything, I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to tell my dad until a lot later that.
It's the same for me.
Yeah. For
me
you too.
Yeah. Oh, for me.
For me, it started because my father is sick. It started a few years ago when I was scared of losing him. I told him that I want you to know that I'm proud of you. And then he started crying. We had never had that conversation before. I never talked to my father about feelings, nothing about it.
How did you bring it up?
Because I was scared to lose him. And I was like, I really want to tell him that I'm proud of him because he has been handicapped his whole life. So I think that I just wanted to tell him before he died that I really love him. I really appreciate everything he has done to me. Yeah, and the same thing I did to my mom. And since then, it's a lot easier to talk about feelings. Now we can cry together and all that.
Damn.
It came up by myself, actually.
That's so crazy because, when you think about your parents, right? They're the people who can do no wrong.
Yeah.
They're the ones who know everything. They know better than you.
Yeah.
But yet they don't know how to communicate. And you being a child who's obviously younger than them, you have to step up to the plate and be the one to be that change.
Yeah.
And that's so difficult. I recently had to do that with my parents too.
Yeah.
I had to talk to them, and it's weirdly enough, it's also during a situation where things were hard. It wasn't the best situation. It wasn't like I had to talk to him about good things. It was bad. Same thing with your dad. Like the fear of him going away was what drove you to be able to like open up.
Yeah.
The fear of, I wasn't worried that my dad would die, but I was worried that he was in a really bad place mentally. And I was like, well, I need to be here to support him because I don't think he's going to last if he keeps on going this way.
Yeah.
And, I think one thing I've been talking about a lot lately is the idea that, we have so many blocks in the way we express ourselves. And it takes such a drastic change or a drastic idea for us to make that change. Like your dad passing, or my dad, being depressed, or Pam. That's a good scenario. And for anyone who doesn't know, Pam's our cousin. She's right now, in really bad shape. We're all together here for her.
Yeah.
Trying to give her moral support because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And we hope to, we'll get her on a podcast and see how she has, she could explain her own experience.
Yeah.
But, for me, now I try to be more vocal about things, even with my cousins, like Pam, we connected in 2016 and we talked chit chat here and there. And now I'm barely learning how to tell her, like, hey, I love you, and you inspire me in the things that you do, because I didn't know how to say that before. It just felt weird, It was hard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's just in due time we're learning how to shed those habits that our parents had pushed on us. And I think in the future, like, when you have your kid, I'm never gonna have kids, so don't worry about me. That they'll learn from us and they'll be able to express to you guys what you guys have a hard time expressing to your parents. I kind of want to ask you guys, what's it like to go and have fun out here in Denmark? Because I've hung out with you guys and it's very different than out in the States. You guys are very chill. You guys like to take your time. I live in California. We're known to be very, very chill, very lax, but I feel like you guys have us beat, for sure. Can you guys explain what's like a nice day out in Denmark?
During
the summer?
A nice day out is getting together in the morning, have some breakfast out, afterwards just going chilling, and then get some lunch and be out a whole day. Yeah.
Whole day until what? Like until the nighttime?
Yeah, until nighttime, and then we can go to the club, something like that.
You guys love marathons. I noticed that. You guys go all out all the time.
Yeah.
From morning to nighttime. How do you guys find out? Do you guys have this much energy because during the winters you guys are locked up for something?
Yeah,
Is that why?
Maybe.
You get so, what it calls, deprimeret, in Danish, what it calls, depressed. Because it's
Seasonal
dark, it's
depression.
cold. Now you are in the summertime, you can see the weather is good. People are outside. The sun is good, and you can drink, you eat outside, you're not eating at home.
Yeah.
So the weather is,
It's a big factor.
Can you guys explain to me how the weather is? Because I've never been here during the winter. What's the winter like?
Oh, shit.
It's cold.
Flying cold, man.
Like, what do you mean cold? Like, how cold are we talking about?
Snowing, minus 10 degrees, something like that. Sometimes you can't go out because there's too much snow.
We are like in the Scandinavian countries, so you have like
It's
you
like
can have,
it's like
four seasons
it's like
in one
1
day.
month with sun, 5 months with rain, and 2 months with
crazy.
snow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds rough. Coming from California, where the weather's good all the time, except for this year. I don't know what's going on. So you guys are basically stuck at home most of the time during those during that season, or are you guys going out still?
We are still going out.
We're still
still
going
going
out.
out.
Yeah, we're still going out. But in the winter, we have to plan it before we're going out. We just now the summer you can.
It's
go out.
much easier to go out to enjoy the weather.
I can text now. I can text Khan. Should we get one beer? And then we can see what happens.
Afterwards.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I hung out with Bissa the other day, and then he was like, "Oh, let's just go sunbathing."
Yeah.
And we were just like next to, I guess, what you call the pier, and it's just like, that part of the pier, and there was just a bunch of people just laying there sunbathing. It's not even like a beach, right? It's just like literally like a pier, and everyone's just there. A couple people have drinks, and they're just laying there sunbathing, taking in the sun. Super slow lifestyle where because I was just chilling. He was just like, this feels nice. I need this.
Yeah.
And to me, that's crazy because, we chill in the States, but not to a point where it's like, this is what it's really only about. You guys are so in the moment when you guys chill. Like for us, at least how it is now, we're still distracted when we're chilling. We're still like on our phones. We're still chit-chatting with other people and stuff like that. We're not quite in the moment. And if there's anything that I'm really envious about you guys is that you guys are actually very present. I actually look at you guys when not just you guys, but like Danish people, when we're going down the street, most of you guys are not on your phones.
No.
Like rarely. Is that something that you guys picked up later, or is that something you guys always did?
Like you said before, we can only talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I can catch myself to being on my phone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you also have like
Yeah, but it's always like when we are together, we would like to put our phones away.
Exactly.
Yeah, to enjoy the moment.
Exactly.
Mm.
We straight up, we can see if we're going out. Especially my girlfriend will say if I'm on my phone like
Yeah, put your phone away.
too much,
Damn, you so much
she will
to do
slap
with
me.
that?
She will slap me.
Oh, okay, bro.
Oh, damn!
No. God damn.
That's how I see her, bro. He's like shaky.
I can feel her eyes look at me. I just look at my bank account. but yeah, you can feel if you are on your phone too much, and just feel like if you just at home, you plan to watch a movie with your friend or girlfriend. We like putting the phone away because
It's so distracting.
yeah, exactly. The people around you will notice that you're on the phone.
Yeah, of course.
So you will not talk. And the most annoying is if the people who's sitting on the phone watching a movie and then ask what happens in the movie
Oh,
to the people who like watching the movie.
yeah, paying attention.
It's like disrespectful.
Mm.
So yeah, we like to put our phone away if.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, when we're
if
together.
Going out eating.
Yeah, when we're
Yeah.
together, we
You can
always
take
like
a piece of
put
the
your
food,
phone
yeah, of
away.
course, but
Yeah. And then afterwards, the phone goes away.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because even while I was basically right, like we were just chilling there, like sunbathing, I guess you would call it, and then he's just sitting, just looking out.
It's best.
You know,
It's best.
looking out. You know, not,
He also got a special view that day.
see, because for me, if I'm there and I'm just looking out at the water and I'm sitting, I'm probably gonna pull out my phone after a couple minutes. I'm probably gonna look at it and be like, I wonder what's going on elsewhere. But he was sitting there, he didn't pull out his phone a single time. But also, there's another thing I noticed. You guys, specifically because you guys are Asian, enjoy tanning a lot.
Yeah.
You guys are dark as hell.
Yeah.
Like I'm not nearly as dark as you guys. Like sitting in the sun and just looking out there is enjoyable for you guys.
Yeah. It
Like
is.
obviously you guys are Asian, but you guys are like okay, you're pretty dark, right? What? Why are you guys so into tanning? Was that something that you guys picked up when you guys were younger, or is that something different?
Will you start or?
I actually don't know. I think it's a thing here in Denmark that we like to sunbath.
But that's the thing, though. A lot
Yeah.
of Danish people are
It's
not
a
as
thing.
dark as you guys are.
They can't get dark.
I'm sure they can.
It's just,
Bro,
I'm not saying this dark. I'm not saying this dark.
their melanin can only turn brown so much before they burn.
But
Here it's nice to be brown. All Danish love to be brown here.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you guys are what? When you guys were younger, were you guys just brown?
Gray in the winter.
No, you're yellow in the winter.
Really?
Gray, bro. Gray,
Great,
gray.
get Gratian.
I'm the gray
Look at
bear.
your forehead. Look forehead.
Oh shit!
Show them. They're congregating.
Wait. What's your protocol to tanning? Because in the States, like you throw on some like sunblock, maybe some sun tanner, and then you just lay there. What do you guys do?
I have some cheat codes.
Where are your cheat codes?
After tan.
Okay.
Tan. Yeah, we have like a tanning shop. You know, tanning. What do you call it?
Tanning booth?
Tanning booths. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you can either pay for it one time or you have like a
Subscription.
yeah.
Then you can do.
For
uh,
months.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
for a whole year or I don't know.
Mm.
So yeah.
It's funny because I like to be brown. I hate
Yeah.
the winter
Me too,
time
me
when
too.
my skin color is going,
Yeah.
yellow
Oh
or
really?
white. Yeah, I hate it.
Oh wow! Do you remember when you first got into tanning?
No, it was always like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Even when you were a kid?
Yeah.
What the?
We
heck?
like
Oh.
to go to the beach in the summer. We like to, me and I like to draw to the beach and just like enjoying the sun. For me, it's also I'm working like in the shopping mall.
Mhm.
There's no.
I also think it's
sun.
because we only have sun, like 1-2 months out a year.
Yeah.
So we appreciate more.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't appreciate it as much because we get sun all year round.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to avoid it most of the time. Like, damn, it's freaking hot again.
If we live in California, we wanna going outside.
You guys would be charcoal.
Yeah.
You guys would be
We will be dark.
fucking- yeah.
We will disappear.
That's what I was gonna
like
say.
Vietnamese guys.
Yeah. Do you guys have? Okay, is there a limit to how dark you guys want to get?
No.
Really?
No, not as black as our phone, you know.
Damn.
He said that so fast.
He knew. He's like,
No.
no, I want to be as dark as I possibly can be. That's crazy. So do you? Okay, honest question, right? Do you guys feel like you guys stand out more because you guys are this dark?
What do you mean by
Like, do you stand out more? Like, do people look at you like, damn, nice tan, man,
Yeah.
nice tan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you gotten compliments about it?
all the time?
Wow.
We say to each other.
No,
"Oh, you're so
also at
brown."
work. Also at work, people is like, "Oh, you have a nice skin color. Oh,
Oh,
you
wow.
you're already that brown."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so different. That's crazy. Because people tan in California, right? Yeah,
They
but
did orange.
Orange.
Oh, sorry, non-Asian people. They did orange.
yeah,
Different.
it's a different kind of tanning out there. It's weird. It's more artificial, I guess. A lot of
Yeah,
it.
there's
A lot of spray tans, a lot of tanning booths.
Yeah.
Not natural.
Yeah, because for don't get me wrong. Like when I first met you guys, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure they're probably Vietnamese, but I'm pretty sure they're a lot of Cambodian because Cambodian people get hella dark.
Yeah.
That's why. And you guys, like I don't tan. I'm not nearly as dark as you guys, but you guys are just a different shade of brown.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No. That's super dope. Like to me, I think that's so interesting that you guys have always had this thing ever since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Was it always a looks thing, or just because you like being in the sun?
I think it's a combination.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
we like to being outside. If it's good weather.
Mm.
What are you gonna do inside if the sun is like 25 degrees outside? It's like an hour. If the summer and the sun is out here,
Yeah.
and there the wind is coming, it's cold, and that would take like 2 or 3 months
Oh,
before the sun is coming again.
got it.
So
Mm.
we're just enjoying and yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this: since you guys love being in the sun so much and good weather, and obviously you've been to California, so you know what weather's like.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about moving?
Yeah, I think me and Sandra has talked about that we would like to try it out to live outside Denmark for a few years. We would love that, especially California, New York, something like that. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
How about you, Lynn?
Not really. I don't think I have thought about it or think to move out the country
Mhm.
because you have so much opportunity in Denmark. In other countries, say it in a good race, but yeah, I will be in Denmark, but I don't have talk about it to
Mm.
move to another country.
Yeah.
I would love to for
I
a
don't
period. Yeah, and try it out.
No, that makes sense because to me, when you guys talk so much about weather, I'm like, California has some of the best weather. It would make so much sense. But you also haven't been to California.
No,
Maybe
I've
that's
never
why.
been in Europe before.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
You gotta go. I'll take you out.
A lot of countries I have to go, but yeah.
Especially U.S. Especially now you know I live
Yeah.
out there, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta come out, and you've been, so you know. I'll take care of you guys once you guys come out. You guys can tan all day. I'll take you guys to the beach.
We
No
would
problem.
love to, man.
Yeah, we could drink and then tan.
Yeah, I love to. But you drink like a question. You drink like pretty hot
Mm.
liquor, like and it's no mercy. You have to drink it.
We want
More hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You cannot chill
It's a race.
No.
It's a race.
because now when he drink like 2 beers, he got like really
You know the Asian.
good Asian flavor.
One sip of a beer, I got Asian flavor.
Asian flavor.
Yeah. I mean, you're chilling today. You seem fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, over there it's a little different. We'll chill drink most of the time, so you'll have fun. Because too many bad things happen when you go all out. You know, I feel like it's fun. You kind of have to know your limits, especially like when you get a little bit older. It's different. You
Yeah.
can't always be like blacking out and shit like that.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean I try not to, but but I mean. I think one of the things I really want to ask you guys, and I feel like I haven't had a chance to, is that what was it like? I mean, you guys spent a lot of time with family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, I know you guys went on a trip with Pam, right? You guys went fishing, and you guys went to some island thing where you guys cooked barbecue and you guys chilled all day and all night.
Yeah.
Is that what your family get-togethers are like usually? Because it's usually just the cousins, or it seems like.
Yeah.
Because you guys are the same age.
Yeah.
And the people and Pam, I want to say to Pam that she's like the only one who is good to getting people together. So I love that people. I love Pammy, taking time to text and ring and calls and like planning like out of the blue, just getting the people together. Also the people who are not speaking with each other. Pam is like the only one who's good at it to getting people together and be a whole family. Also with Danish people now.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends that we are included in our family group.
Yeah, I see that. I see that now that I've hung out with you guys. Seems like everyone's very close. You know, people came to help Pam out. They stayed the night. Like that's crazy. That you have to be a very special person for people who want to do that.
Exactly. Because you can think about work, your child at home, you have to do some practice thing and all of kind of that. But yeah, it is so nice that Pam is like taking her time to get people around. Also after the
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm glad to have her. You know, that's why I'm here in Denmark. That's crazy though. We flew out here, That's how good she is at bringing people. Yeah. And even then, I just try to think about things as like she would want us to be happy. She would want us to, have a good time. I talk as if she's not around, you know what I mean? Like, but I know that she appreciates it.
A few days ago, she actually texted me and Lynn and Basil like, "Thank you for taking care of you guys."
Oh, really?
Yeah, here in Denmark.
Oh, wow.
She was so glad.
I mean, we just went out and got drunk. It's nothing crazy.
we will be there. Yeah.
No, I'm just glad. We're out here having a good time. I'm glad that we could connect, even though it's
very easy.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Now I'm more open-minded about it because I never know. You know what I mean? It's like when we connect, I was like, cool, it's fun. Let's just have a good time. Like, let's just make the most of it. And we did, right? And now we are on a podcast a couple days later. You just never know what you can do, different countries. And here we are, right? Having a podcast. And I think it's nice because life is really a lot about experiences.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are too scared to take that risk until something really big happens, And I hate to say it because it sounds like it's usually when things are too late.
Yeah.
It's
always like that.
Yeah. I want to learn how to do that better and I'm typically already a very spontaneous guy. I'm willing to just get up and go and do whatever's. But even sometimes I feel a little bit reluctant. And because of situations like this, it opens me up to going out and doing more spontaneous things and living life and just enjoying what I'm doing, I think, because sometimes, we get busy or sometimes we get tired. We have a bunch of excuses not to enjoy ourselves sometimes because we get older, we have other responsibilities. But I think we still have to do ourselves a good one by making sure we take care of our mental and really enjoy our time while we're still here, And thank you guys for, taking care of us because I can imagine a better group to come to Denmark and have hung out with and get drunk and, go eat food. Like, it's been a blast. And honestly, thanks to Pam too, because of her, I actually really love Denmark. I actually really love Copenhagen, had great experiences here. And it's not one of those countries that I really thought too much about prior. I didn't know too much about it other than Noma. And I was like, that's where I want to go eat the best restaurant in the world.
Yeah.
But now I have multiple reasons to come here, you guys included.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for that. And thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I'm be glad to have you here and to chill with you and it's so nice. So it's not.
You're a fan to us.
It's not last time. We are going to US one day in the future. But,
we have a good time wherever we go.
Yeah.
Pam's fan is my fan, so 100%. All right, guys, welcome to Lightning Round, where we ask rapid fire questions, and if they don't answer in time, they have to drink. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, cool. First question for Nam. What's the most embarrassing thing that you know about Lynn?
Drink. But
You still have to answer though.
Most embarrassing thing
Yeah.
About me?
about you? That you have bad breath.
Oh,
That's why we're calling him Dragon Breath.
dragon breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What's the most embarrassing thing you know about Nam?
No, I got there.
The
Yeah.
most embarrassed about now?
Yeah.
I don't have small to her breath. He's breath, but it's not the bad thing.
Okay.
I love you, bro. Thank you.
All right. No worries.
It
If
will
that's
come.
it.
It will come later. More, I have to drink more beers to.
Yeah. Figure it
To
out.
remember.
No worries. We'll talk about it later after
Yeah.
we get some shots. All right. Both of you guys, what's your favorite thing about Denmark?
It's the motto hygge.
Hygge?
Yeah, and to having a good time with friends and family is the best thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How about yours?
The country and the opportunity, of course, in for Denmark, you have a lot of like. You feel like also if you like kind of in a bad standing with the economy and kind of the government will help you.
Yeah.
You can go to the like. We have like what it calls kommune. It's like a building and people you can go around if you need something help and they will take care of you.
Oh, nice.
Either if you don't have a job, you don't have a house, you can speak and talk about your situation. So
Yeah, the system will help you a lot here in Denmark.
100%.
It's so difficult to be a homeless person.
Yeah.
It's actually a choice to be a homeless person here in Denmark.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you mean a choice? Isn't like they'll give you money?
They'll give you money,
food
and you have to write some. What do you call it? To search for jobs.
Oh, applications?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
do applications.
But even if you don't get the job, you get money?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm about to be homeless in Denmark. Okay, great. All right. What are you guys' biggest red flags?
red flags.
Yeah,
For
what's
a
your
girl or
no
for-
for you? Like, what's your red flag?
Shit, big questions. Wow, red flags. What do red flags means?
It means like something really bad about you. That's like is a tell that it's bad. So my red flag is I'm very manipulative.
Okay.
I don't think that's right.
That's a lie.
What?
Manipulated.
I am. When I want to be, I definitely can. I used to be more
Yeah.
manipulative. Now I'm like way more chill.
So red
Crazy.
flags about me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh. Like,
what
what's
do you
the bad thing
think
about you?
red flag is about you?
For me, it's like more like
Let me hear an example.
yeah.
Like if I was to date someone, my red flag is that I'm crazy, right? Like I'm jealous. But I will hide that and I won't let someone know that I'm jealous until later. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't
Okay.
keep that personal until later when you already trap them,
Yeah.
and then you can tell them what you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too good-hearted.
You're yeah.
Look at the camera. Say that one more time.
Look straight at the camera. Look directly at the camera.
Yeah, look at the camera.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, that I'm too good-hearted.
Shit, right.
Damn, that's a major red flag.
That's a red flag right there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Too confident. I don't know.
Then I have a lot of red flags. Yeah. Can I think about it?
Yeah.
Or
Take,
can we take a
take your time. I mean, you're supposed to drink, but yeah. Take your
Yeah, I
time.
had to bottle up.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna ask you this question now, then, Lynn. What would you change about Sarah?
Change about Sarah?
Mm-hmm. If you could change one thing about her, what would you change about her?
Wow.
Wow, man. You hard on me, man.
He's sweating over there.
Yeah.
Sarah's right in the back.
Yeah, she's actually right here, so we got her in the audience.
I will not change anything.
Oh,
You
damn.
know,
Aww.
because for me, if I want to change something, I will tell it to her.
Oh.
But
Red flag.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
okay, I will not get sex tonight, so
He's sleeping on the couch tonight.
I sleep it on the street, man.
What's your fondest memory of Lynn?
Back in high school, he was out drinking with his friend. They called me and was like, Nam, Lynn has blackout. He's blackout. You need to come and get him. And I was like, oh shit. And I was on my bike over to the school, and Lynn was like laying on the floor with his tooth crack.
Oh, you tooth?
Yeah.
I remember I take 3 tequilas in a row because there was 18 years party birthday. So there was 3 bars. I was like, okay, 3 bars. I will. I go all in. Go to the bartender and order 3 tequilas to me and 2 of my friends.
I have picked Lin up 4 times during college because he got blackout. Because he was drinking
crazy.
too much.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
Party
I just
boy.
take the tequila and drink it for my friends, and then I remember last time I called Nam, can I sleep with you? Yes, and then I hang on, and I just fall on the street with my teeth on the
it broke.
Oh,
so
shit.
so the day after I just woke next to Nam, and I can see that he has like what he calls
A mattress?
mattress also, and like span like
Bucket.
A bucket.
Bucket.
Yeah.
if I have to draw out.
Oh,
So the
damn. You
bucket
took
is
care
like
of him.
right next
I
to
have
me,
always take care of Lin.
but I draw out this side of the bucket.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, I was alive that day, so appreciate that. I'm still alive because of Nam. So yeah, it was crazy. So I have bad memories to drink tequila.
You got through
Yeah,
college
no more
because
tequila,
of me.
Man.
Okay,
got-
we won't drink tequila when you go to the States.
It's crazy.
I'll make
so,
sure.
Yeah.
All
I didn't
right.
tell Sarah about the
Oh, no.
the history, so it's only me and Nam who know the history.
Heard some stories.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to ask both of you guys, what's your favorite dish?
Tit go.
Oh, wait, can you say that one more time?
Isn't it tit?
Tikka.
Tit car.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's all.
the Vietnamese dish.
Yeah, that's all.
It's for me, it's like the best dish our mother, grandmother make it for us, like in different ways.
Mhm.
But titkar is like my
Also.
Oh, so
Yeah.
favorite dishes.
Rice and
Dang.
makrel.
We also have like rice and makrel.
What's
It's
that?
like a Danish fish
Uh-huh.
in tomato sauce. Tomato sauce.
Oh, tomato
Like
sauce?
yeah, in a red. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mackerel.
Oh, okay, mackerel.
Yeah,
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
And we eat it a lot. We warm it up and put some pepper, salt, chili, and a little bit of fish sauce.
Oh.
Mix it around and and warm it up and eat it with rice.
Oh, okay.
It sounds crazy, but
It's fun good.
Okay,
It
I want to
tastes-
try it. I
yeah.
want to try
yeah,
it.
yeah.
If we get a chance during this trip, I want to try it.
Yeah.
All right. Hmm.
But I'm not make it at home because Sarah's is
Because it smells,
It
you know,
smells
a
so
lot
Oh,
of fish.
Yeah.
fills up the whole house?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll probably go out and get it. That's fine. All right. If a stranger were to come to Copenhagen, what's one thing they have to do?
To experience our food, our Danish traditional food,
Yeah.
smørrebrød, I think.
Danish
And
food,
chill here in Copenhagen.
chilling in Copenhagen. Tanning. But the Danish food, I will 100% recommend that also.
Nice.
So smørbrød, stegt flæsk med
Yes,
persillesauce, frikadeller.
It's like meatballs.
Okay, one last question for the both of you guys then. If you could go back in time and relive one memory, what would that be?
To doing the backpack again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the backpacking trip again.
That sounds like a good trip.
Yeah.
This time with Vietnam in it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I will one day in maybe in not in college but in high school with all my friends to play like football in the garden. Just one day to like, you know, do the things you do in high school.
Oh,
Just
wow.
one day. Not the homework, of course. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, just the fun part.
Just the fun part.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, awesome. That's the last of the lightning round. Thank you guys. All right, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in to the very end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below what you guys want us to talk about next. And remember, live fast, eat ass.